grand finals of the season 16 CLC top 1 anime battles versus Which BR Sleeps EU. And it's going to be a first best of 3. Remember, Which BR will need to win 2 best of 3s back to back. But if anime battles can take the first best of 3, it is all over. And they will once again claim their 912th Sabretooth Rex, or whatever the count is right now. We never actually got it confirmed. No shenanigans build-wise. No shenanigans opening-wise here. 4-1 from both teams. Everything looking pretty chill. Forsaken.
Remember, Lewpac, we are in the finals, so IP cap is now 1,700. All the teams reaching just under that.
What do you think the biggest scaling is for the IP going up here?
I mean the knockbacks are very impressive scaling-wise, but again, Arcane, even that post-nerf, scales so well with IP. The DPS increases just so much. Anti-heal surprisingly does as well. Like, it really is shocking how much more anti-heal scales compared to actual healing done at higher IP.
Yeah, well, because, I mean, essentially, you're preventing... The heals are bigger, so you're preventing more heal percentage-wise. Which can add up over time, because the damage is doing more, but the healing is doing less. But here we go.
Shekri is afraid. My man getting dove, puts the pawn
He's got pawn.
Himself.
He's got the pawn, and Kagero had the whole team in the rocks there. Karg needs to chill. Sak going to come out. Zeo, he's popping up on the high platform. Alexander pops his res. They might look for the turn. Boda's going to try and stick to him, but D's Forsaken stabilizing things. And the early break and cap uncontested. Look at that.
It's been more or less true, Lewpac, for the last 3 years, but teams against Kagero just dive Shekri. And often they win doing it. So he's really learned how to just live dives. Zeo, my man, getting knocked everywhere, has to get pawned onto him.
Forsaken, though, big trouble, the dive. They left him open for the dive. The seat on. It's going to pop, but it's not going to do anything. The bleed, the swap,
the cleanse heal. The cleanse heal.
The
move. He's dead, though.
He
lived for much longer than he had any right to.
They made it harder than it needed to be, but they did get him. And this is the thing. You put that healer out there once, and you could test this cap, right? Like, how much damage are you going to take before your healer's back in the game? Like, you don't want to lose anyone.
The thing is, you can
like, look how much Nick is getting absolutely hammered. He nearly dies. Nick nearly straight up dies.
That's the thing. It can't be Nick. He's dead.
Now, Boga, there's no healer yet. Forsaken's coming in with a sack, but it does... He sacks into a Mystic Rocks with no Judy, right? And the cap goes anyway.
Yep.
They've just spent so much resources on nothing, right? The last time...
Interesting that Kagero's still on Limhurst. You think Thetford would come back, especially with the pawn being played? The double Druid Cowl?
Yeah. I mean, Forsaken, he might look to tank up here. Yeah, Marlock comes out. Marlock comes out for Forsaken, but I mean... That just means they need to do the dive twice, or, you know, get that Marlock and then find the dive. They're going to go for the 2-man opener. He is still on pawn as well, though, with the
Both
Marlock.
Healers now on pawn.
Yeah.
Forsaken started off on cleanse.
This is good. I mean, it's good for top 1 because they're able to soak so much damage with that pawn on the target. As long as they play spread, there's no pressure on them to cap. There's no pressure on them to kill. So a long, grindy fight is right up their street. You know, they could put themselves 1 game away from the tournament very, very quickly from this position if they can keep it consistent. Kagero is stuck in those rocks, though. It's going to cartwheel back to check. He uses... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think he did as well. He used Bokix as an anchor to cartwheel off. Shekri getting dove the other way, though. Karg is going to protect him. Body blocks those arcanes and Shekri out of range of the chain. Now Bokix, though. Bokix needs to get some damage on him. They can't allow him to sit on healer. Pops the early res. He really wants Shekri, but he's not going to commit. He switched to Boda, gets out his Mortal Agony, but now he's just going back for a cap. And yeah, this Which BR Sleeps, not feeling this right now. They're messy. They're all over the place right now.
They're dancing on him. Kagero low though.
He doesn't care. These guys play to the edge. They know when they have to go. Like they will die, but if they die, they'll stay in at 4. Right? They're willing to... These guys are one of the few teams willing to die for the momentum, right? They recognize what they could do after a death.
Beautiful pillar play by Nick, to be honest here. Really good play.
But Forsaken, he gets popped into a horrible spot. There's the dive. They've got his Martlock as well. He has only Cleric to survive now. Cleric's going to go, and now Boda with the root. There's the root. No blink available. Stuck in the rocks. Boga going to swap him out. Is it going to be enough? Pond goes out.
Kill.
Raven on top. 1, 2. There goes the third. Bogger is going to drop. And that is a
It's too easy. It's just too easy for him. No, it's no, give which we are another 200 IP. It's too easy for Karg. It's just too simple, man.
Like turning up in the grand finals and just sweeping aside. No macro mistake either. Kargera on his mount. He says, how many of you is there? Right, let's do this then. Let's get on with it.
It's nasty, dude. It's just nasty to see.
I mean, they've been sleeping a couple of seasons, but this season, yeah, coming in and just sweeping aside teams that have done a lot all season, haven't they?
Man, they're clocking in a week before the season ends, just putting in the 9 to 5, not even breaking a sweat. They don't give a crap. They're just coming in and owning.
Put down the coffee, log on to Albion, win the CLC. See you guys in a couple of months.
It's like they're on a teacher's timer, right? Like they have the whole summer off. They come back a week before tournament ends. I just own. Bodeville career getting kind of low here, but again, Nick getting destroyed by Zeo up top. And you got to watch for Shekri or Forsaken getting dove here soon.
Yeah, they're going to look for the opening. They have to do something, but it's 27 points. It's 148 to 27. Right?
Holy, yeah, it's already 27.
This is
over.
I mean, you think so, but I mean, we've seen this team come back from these situations. This is what we are. Zeo probably going to drop here if they can find the finisher. Mortal Agony. There's the root. There's the kill. Karg going to stun Alexander out, but these guys won't give up the position. And someone has to break off for a cap now. If they can fight Karg, Protection of Nature goes out.
If Shekri dies here, it's so good, but he blinks the black hole.
And he gets out of there. They're on top of him, but Karg might drop.
The Thetford almost just assassinated him.
A little sidestep, though. He sidestepped a chain missile that would have killed him.
Alexander
Nick is low, and
it's
4v4. But this cap, they're still going to go to 17, even if they get this cap.
That's what I'm saying. It's still such an uphill battle. Doesn't matter if this cap goes. You're on 17, only 6 minutes in. This is crazy. 7 minutes in.
Okay, Nick's going for the back cap now. That's what he needed to do. Kargera's going to go for the interrupt.
Easy interrupt here, but no hops.
He will be able to get it, but he needs to play time here. He needs to play time. Alexander dropping low. Mystic Rocks comes out. Nick joins the fight. Doesn't go for the cap again. They're going to look for Nick. There's that requite. Alexander gets shut out of the fight. Just can't do damage. It's so strong. I mean, surely at this point, Bokix has got to think, man, am I missing out not playing this right now?
Dude, I'll give you the answer. Just go Purge, mate. Get the Fiend Cowl on, get the Requite on your armor, and that's your answer. You Purge Pawn every time it comes out, you're going to win.
And they're going to get 3 caps. If Ree took the mid cap off that momentum,
it's GG.
And it's 20 seconds to finish this game 1. Like, what are we seeing here?
Man, these Kargera, the boys, they spanked them. This is what happened to Chess in game 1. And it's just now been done again. To which we are. Forsaken is honestly even going to go down to 1 HP. He might even die.
He's dead.
He lives.
Even with that route. Oh, okay. Well, he was dead if the timer didn't go because he had no blink available.
Yeah, 5-1. They just obliterated through them. Listen, lucrative in chats. Malding right now. Obviously, he would say good stuff about which we are. But listen, Lewpac, what do you think really about Pawn just getting countered by Fiend Cowl? Right? I feel like you bring out a Purge for sure in this next one.
And the amount of time that we see, Pawn and Cleric overlapping, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
So you pop the Cleric to survive. The Pawn goes on. They throw the Seed out. They know the Seed's going to pop because the Cleric will keep you alive for long enough. You get the Purge on both of those. That's a kill. Every time. But yeah, which BR, like, they've got to come out with something different because they are not going to win like that.
They've got to change a lot. Yeah, they really need to change playstyle, build. It did not look too good for them macro-wise. Again, no team has better macro than top 1 anime battle. They've been clocking into their 9 to 5 for now 6 years, doing the macro game, and they know it very well. They can lose 4 people, doesn't matter. They're going to hold a cap. This
could be the quickest. This is on the verge of being the quickest grand final ever. Another one of those.
Lewpac. We've had grand finals be 2-0 clean sweeps before. This could just be another one of those.
We have had that. We had the 150-0.
We had a 150-0 in the grand finals.
We've had faster ones, but that was during a best of 5 as well. And
that's true.
Right, this Right, those were stomps. This is an any percent glitchless speed run. This is a grand final speed run right now. It's like you know, Cargera's got an appointment at 19:35. He can't miss this appointment, so he's like,
man, they're gonna be
getting
these. They're gonna be getting these Rexes. They're gonna win. They're gonna get their prize, and then we'll see them in 3 months for the next tournament.
Yeah,
they don't even care. They'll just come in, adapt to whatever the new meta is, and just be better. How do they do that, dude? You've had a whole season to practice. A lot of
nobody had a whole season to practice. Everybody had 4 days.
It's untrue. You've had a whole season to practice for the game. But positioning carries over. Your macro carries over for an entire season. You've been playing 5v5.
They just got
the guys come in and they just still out macro you. They still out micro you, and they win. Very, very disastrous.
I've got the Cargera emote still. Check it out. Right, we're getting an update.
Dude, I mean, the thing is about Cargera, right? No one, I think, in the history of 5v5 Albion, Lewpac, has had Cargera's, I'll call, legacy, in the fact that I remember season 3 when he was just starting to tear people apart. I've never seen a guy in Albion be accused of cheating before Cargera. I've never seen that happen before.
I know, yeah. Like there was a big thing going, oh, his cartwheels go further than
they go so
else's.
far. They just go farther.
I played with people.
Smashed on this guy.
I GVG'd and played with people for a long time who believed that Cargera was just too good. He was cheating, and then ended up actually playing with Cargera later on anyway. Right?
Yeah,
there was a long time where, dude, the guy was just a menace, and he was tearing through Albion's 5v5 community. And
the thing is, he has the reputation that, like, you know, they could just choose their players, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because anytime they've ever needed a player, they can pick the best person in that position and say, hey, come and play with us. And not many people are going to say, no, I'm going to go play with, you know, the Dave and the Backdoor Bandits. They're going to go with whoever. You know, if they lose a range DPS, they'll probably pick up like Zero, wouldn't they? And Zero comes over.
They did for like a week, didn't they? Like they had him for a short period.
They did trials for their new RDPS, but we saw every RD. And this is the thing, we saw every RDPS in the game in that roster 1 week at a time to see who they like the best and who they work with the best. And everyone took them up.
Surprised that Zayo ended up with the spot too. Like the guy's an insanely good player, but I thought they were trying to fill like Carv's spot. But it seems like they were just trying to find whoever fit the best and was the best player, right? And Zayo definitely fits that. And should be starting up pretty soon, I believe. When are we going in?
We're going in at I believe 1930. So we've got a little bit of time here.
They only lost a few sets, so re-gearing is not the issue, but the emotional damage. You know, they need to they need to emotional regen. Damage. Protection of nature doesn't help with emotional damage either. So they are going to have to just psych themselves up for this. Obviously, Cargera and the boys are just sitting there with the, you know, the Cargera and the boys probably had to drop off loot. They didn't have to get any new sets, but they had to drop loot off.
The thing about Bogo is we know really that Bogo doesn't. I mean, Bogo's a staff balance player, right? We've seen this guy in many different times playing staff balance, right? But without Cleanse Heal, you can go Heavy Mace, you can go Hammer, and it works without Cleanse Heal, right? Cleanse Heal is what kind of shuts that down completely. Don't think we'll see it though. Anti-heal is a little too much. So what else can they change? I do think Fiend Cowl for Pawn is very, very good. Again, I think Fiend Cowl Requite could be very strong in that carrying color. But a lot of it, Lewpac, is just going to come down to getting out microed, out macroed at every angle. I mean, even we saw Cargera's team go 1-6. They were down 5 kills, and they were up 100
and they
points.
Still won.
And they were up 100 points. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like this is the thing. Not only do you have to beat them in the fight, you then have to beat them in the match. Like the macro.
You have to understand the points and how everything is done. Understand the cap game. Understand how to count to 5.
The fact that this team can get battered in every engagement and win the match still, that says a lot, right? The 3-man hold against 5, like that, you cannot make a mistake in every sense of the word, because like we've seen all game, right? We've seen range DPS see that opportunity. They're willing to blink in and put that pressure on the back line. This team, if you get one person with no defensive, no mobility, these guys will pounce. These guys will be on top of you in seconds, right? You saw that Forsaken made one misstep in that first engage in the first match, right? He stepped up that one time, and that was it. Gone. Like, fully on top of him. He survived a little bit around the pillar. He dodged 2 chain missiles and the Raven, and they still killed him. Like, they
so
had
hard.
him
Like,
dude, like the thing is,
that's one of the things that, you know, chat.
Yeah, go ahead, Shozen.
I was gonna say the chat brought up just how easy like these guys make all these high skill plays look. Like they make this game look easy, and it is so hard to dodge these things, to get yourself out of position when the black hole hits, or the magic missile, or to blink as somebody's coming in with their cartwheel. Like some of the moves that people make to interrupt each other are just so next level that these guys just make this game look so easy. It's not. It's freaking hard.
And
so
a lot of
me and Lewpac have played against them. We know how hard it is to be on the other side. I've also been in comms. I've heard them play. I've played with them. The way they track cooldown and stuff is some of the best in the game, right? When you're playing a 5v5 and you see Forsaken use a cleric, or you see me use a res spot, the way these guys can track that mid-fight is insane, right? And they just bite you on the next engagement, take you out because they don't have anything. We do have, by the way, about 4 more minutes to go till we go in for game 2. But Shozen, next week, Season 17 Invasion Day, 17th of September. We'll be live here on ARTV. Should be a banger season kickoff. We also have the Vanity set coming in, Force of Light, that we can throw up on screen really quick. Does look pretty cool, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, you can't. It looks like the Avalonian hood going on. Can you see that? Like the
you got that little ring. Yep.
Yeah.
Looks pretty badass though.
It's like cool concept art. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. And then we have also the rewards that we can bring up on screen really quick, Bogul, right? We can talk about, because we haven't actually shown this yet. Lewpac, what are they winning? What are they gonna win?
Don't get me started like on the value of these rewards, right? So we did say it scales up pretty heavily towards the top end. The prizes though, so our fourth place guys will receive the alpaca skin, which is one of the more popular skins for the stag, and 5,000 gold. Right, third place.
How much is that alpaca though?
I don't know nowadays. Around a 200 mil. I'm getting in my ear from Bogul,
okay.
Right. But I kind of feel like there's the drops have got alpaca now. There's a second one in the drops, one of the rare ones, I believe.
And drops, yeah.
That's kind of looks so similar to the alpaca that it's not like it's not as desirable now.
The price of it. Yeah, okay.
Third place gets the occult cougar skin. So that is what chest will have got. Bogul, price check on that. So about 500 million. So this is what we're saying. The price jumps are pretty
500. Big. 500 what? 500,000? No, 500 million.
For each player, right. By the way. That's for each skin. So that's 500 mil per skin. That's 6 skins, right? That's 3 bill that team gets.
Someone says, what does 7th place get? 7th place gets feet picks from Tazzik.
They get pain, mate. Yeah.
They get dead.
To say about 7th place. I feel bad for 7th place.
It was the 2 non-lethal teams who got 7th. I mean, maybe your gear gets reimbursed by some kind Oiler in the chat or something, right? But
Oilers, any Oilers? Second place is where it gets serious. A white tiger for every player, right? And the sub. That is white tiger, 5 bill. Bogul, yeah?
It depends on who you ask, you know?
Whoa, nah.
It's around 2-3 bill, right? Is what Bogul's maybe saying here. But it's a lot, dude. It is a lot anyway.
2 billion. I mean, I got mine. I got mine for 150 mil, I think.
From who?
Oh, this is years.
Oh, I'm talking way back in the day.
I'm talking multiple years ago. And the first place is the Sabretooth Rex, one of the rarest and most sought after skins in the game. Price ranges depend who you ask.
Yeah, anywhere who sells them? Who's buying them? Really?
Anywhere from 2 billion to 200 billion, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Getting a buyer and seller to agree on a price is harder than getting North Korea and South Korea to agree on anything, right? It is.
Yep.
It is ridiculous. And then don't even get Bogul started on Ghost Wolves. But talking about prizes, it's all on the line. Game number 2 of this first best of 3. And this is tournament point already. Cargera and the boys are zoning into their match.
One match.
One match from yet another title.
Like you said, dude, it's tournament point. I mean, WitchBR has to not only win this match, they need to win the next match, and then they have to win two out of the next 3 matches.
They've got to win 4 matches out of 5, including 2 on the bounce now, right?
Yeah.
This is a mountain psychologically and physically, but we can't count them out with what we've seen so far. And the issue here, this is a mental game now. We know they're mechanically good enough, but they need that mental fortitude, right? Let's see where Forsaken is not on the mark lock, so they will see this, and they might look for him if he steps out of position early. Let's see how they fare in these early exchanges, Tazzik.
I'm just going around checking. Bogo and Cargera both playing the knockback. No purges for either team still, so that pawn is going to get a ton of value.
Yeah, certainly is, but you don't get that AoE heal. You don't get that burst heal as well. Like, pawn has a bit of a delayed effect, especially if you're trying to save someone. Right? Sure, they've got more resistances, but a good Mortal Agony would pretty much counter the pawn anyway.
Yeah, it depends. Like, if you can figure out who the dive target is and get that on him soon, it is so valuable.
Yeah, the earlier the better.
Yeah.
Especially without Purge in there. Because, of course, you can protect them from getting low that way. And the pawn... the primary function of a nice early pawn is preventing the guy from having to use his res pot, which is a way larger cooldown. Exactly. Your res pot is the last cooldown you want to use. And it is the biggest one that these guys are looking for. Because as soon as you see the res pot go on someone juicy, you know that the next time... they're going to have to commit a lot to save them. There's the pawn onto Boda, into the requite. Big damage onto Bogger. Enigma Blade, down goes. Oh, there goes the saves. I don't know if don't think that was a sack. I think it was an early seed on Bogger there. Forsaken a little bit low in the back. Cargera, just looking for a bit of control. He wants to zone him out here. He's not looking for the kill. He's not looking for the dive. He's trying to zone the healer off his teammates so that his team can recover momentum down south. Bokic starts to get low. Alexander's Cleric is gone. He's going to have to pull back. These mini stuns, this stun run constantly onto Forsaken. Boda with the root. They bop him back. Forsaken has to pop his res pot now. And Alexander has no Cleric.
Alexander.
He has no Cleric either. I think he had res pot though, so he's going to be okay. But that is... okay, so that's Forsaken's res pot. That's Alexander's res pot as well.
That's Nick's res pot. He just popped it as well.
Yeah. And now
3
blue...
down for WitchBR.
They're gonna want to chill for a little bit. They've got Bogger on half HP. This is go time. There's the pop. He doesn't get the control, but he's gonna play the separation instead. And honestly, like, what can Nick do to him right now? Like, Nick and Alexander are hitting Cargera into these rocks. They are barely scratching him right now. Morgana's gonna hit 3. The whole back line is hitting Cargera, including the axe. He hasn't lost 2 bars of health yet. In the meantime, Bogger is slinking back for a scrap of healing right now. Nick, there goes his Cleric again. These guys still got 50 seconds on their res pots approximately. Karg finally forced out of the fight though.
He's just going to go back for some rehots and then make his way right back in.
Bokic's in huge trouble. They're going to switch to Forsaken right now. They got Bokic's to get the pawn. Forsaken has Cleric. That's all he's got. Has he got Blink available? He doesn't have res for a few seconds. They're going to pull him in. They're looking for Forsaken. Great save. He gets the second pawn off just in time. Requite goes out. Silences everywhere. Enigma Blade. The chain missile doesn't hit. Bokix, nothing left to save him apart from his healer now. No defensives. It's going to be a break off and cap from Zeo. Cargera's going to push this one. The reason for this is to give Zeo time to get top. He never expects to get that cap, but it guarantees Zeo gets top. I doubt they'll be happy they didn't get a kill there, though.
Yeah, it sucks they didn't get 1 kill, but they got so much pressure off. And Cargera starting that cap, right, just shows. I mean, he's posturing, right? Come and stop me. We're just going to fight you and win again. And Zeo and Shecker are already up top, getting the cap. Shecker getting the hots out on him to bring him back to full. 4 minutes in, caps finally swing. And again, it looked very close, right? This is way more promising, team almost had 2 deaths right there.
WitchBR, though, looking way more promising. Making the crucial saves. Avoiding those mistakes. I mean, Forsaken, he was living on the edge there. That second pawn came just in the scrap of time. The openers then. Here we go. Second, WitchBR not going to connect on the back line. Looks like blue. Anime battle. Forced back a little bit. Bogger's already popped the rocks, though. And if they can survive this, Karg's going to say, hey, thanks for the bop. That's exactly where I wanted to be. He's going to start zoning Forsaken. Shekri's in no man's land, though. Big trouble for Shekri. Does get out of the Witchwork. Defensive Witchwork's coming down. They need to put some pressure to get them off Shekri. They do get the counter pressure. Bogger is low. Bokix is caught up on the high ground. Root's Kagera. Mortal Agony comes out. There's the save onto Bokix with that pawn. Root comes out from Boda. They want to search forward. Internal bleeding. The cap. They're looking for the cap, but Zayo's going up there. Will find the interrupt. Has he overcommitted? Pops his res on the way out. Gives him that CC resistance as well. He gets immediately out the stun. Great play from Zayo. Now Nick can't really look for the cap because the fight is going on, but Karg is dropping low. Mystic Rocks on top of him. They don't want to sack into the Mystic Rocks, but they will if they have to. Actually, they're going to hold it. Real good discipline and communication from Shekri and Kagera. What BR? They need to make something happen. Remember, they don't have this cap. Despite this position, they don't have the cap, and now they're playing into horrible vision. Nick pops his Cleric up top. He needs to get out. We're going to try and hold this. Kagera in the middle of the whole team. Oh, he whipped his pop, though. He wanted to zone out Alexander to get some momentum going for his arcanes. He's going to have to drop it here. Big trouble for the main man himself. Pulls back. Shekri. 1, 2. There's the save. Bogger gets the rocks on him, though. He's not able to peel for his boys.
It's a 3-man black hole, though.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. This is so much better from what BR. They find one. Can they find Grafis? They are going to find Grafis. One more hit. That'll do it. Shekri's next on the chopping block. No energy for him. He is going to get out of here, though. Kagera, Mortal Agony. He's going to be okay. But what BR finally showing some life in this final.
Yeah, they're finally going to be able to swing up that top cap. I don't think Kagera and these guys are going to let Alexander get this one, though. They're going to blink forward, stop him from getting that. And he has the Enigma Blade W to blink back if he needs to.
Yeah.
Kagera going full aggressive, though, dropping a really aggro GD just to come in here and just 1v4, get them off his 10
Shekri has no energy, though. Shekri has nothing right now. There you go. Circle of Inspiration for him. Second Circle of Inspiration. He'll be good to go. So, the status quo, back to a 5v5, but this time, what BR with the caps? The thing is they got watched for is that push back to second cap, that Zayo peel, right? He doesn't hesitate. The second, it's all about Bogger. If Bogger is below half, Zayo will peel, right? Mm-hmm. Because if Bogger's full HP, he knows he can get to the cap and survive. If he's half HP, it's too much, isn't it?
Looks like some raffles are being pulled as always. Chat in the chat too will be entered for those. Nick BR gonna have to blink out Pawn and Cleric used. Like he said, these guys stack them a lot. Purge could be valuable.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have obviously talked about it. They've decided that double witch work is better than one-hand arcane witch work. Mm-hmm. They're happy with their selections. If they thought the purge was vital, they would be running it, let's be honest.
Oh, Nick gonna blink out. That could have been really bad. Stacked on top of Bokix there. Bodaville going for the root.
Great GD beating, but how do you focus Boda with that requite? Like, if you're trying to burst him with everyone, you're just gonna blast yourself as soon as he pops that chest piece. Like, this is the thing. The requite means you can't focus fire him with everybody. And that means he gets to just play in your back so much once the fight starts.
It's also such a long silence, too. Like, it really can put out a lot of pressure in your backline.
Especially on a Clothy. On a Clothy, it's way worse because they don't have that CC resistance. The base is 2.76, right? Quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a very large base at this IP, man.
Yeah.
Very even score for now. Red team finally in control of the caps, though, for once in the best of 3. Maybe they can hold it out for the next 12 minutes.
Super early rocks from Kagera, but I think, like, rather than this dive and kill, he's just trying to cause problems by keeping Forsaken from getting his heals off. I mean, the rocks, I guess he's trying to bait him into blinking forward or something.
I think he wants to bait other people to use res. Like, Bogo had to res there. Maybe they're trying to bait Nick Alexander's res spots as well.
Another whiffed bop, though, from Kagera. 2 in this match, and he is in trouble again. The main man, Mortal Agony, no save, and he's good. He's gone. What BR looking good in this second one. They get another pick, but Boda's going one way for the back cap, having a 1v1 with Alexander. Probably not going to win that. This other fight, Grafis and Zayo trying to do some damage on the way out, but Forsaken is right behind his boys spamming those heals. They're probably going to hold here, though. They're not going to give up the 3 cap. Boda, great use of the requite. Once again, the whole team is silent. Bokix took a ton of damage from that as well. Res pot from Boda last second into the sack.
That has to be used.
Yeah,
he's going to aggro with it, though.
Sack was available as well. Like, I don't know. I think maybe a miscommunication there, but it's actually Kagera's at the back cap. So Nick is coming around that way. And this is where it sometimes falls apart for teams that are good at 5v5. You'll find that this anime team, they'll just try and disrupt how you want to play and make you play how they want to play.
And after this cleric, it's almost over for Forsaken, right? The pawn is there, but the roots are there as well. The rocks have to be dropped by Kagera.
Kagera will die for it. Kagera will die for it, though, if he has to. And they are going to get Forsaken. And he's more than willing to take that trade. Healer for tank. Happy days. Zayo's already on the cap. I don't know. I think Zayo, after that, because of the timer, I think I'd rather have seen Zayo stick around and fight, right?
The thing is, there's nothing for him to do if he sticks around. Bodavale took 2 into the tent, comes around, kills 1, and the other guy's already in tent as well. There was nothing for Zayo to do if he stayed. Bodavale 1v2s them to tent, comes around, gets the kill. Good engagement there, but I mean, to be honest, like, we're seeing a completely different which we are than we saw in game 1. You guys are playing the game, like the actual engagement, much differently. They're putting way more pressure on Kagera than I think he's used to.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think he made the conscious decision to die for the healer kill there.
For sure, absolutely. Right? But even the last engagements, he's been getting
coming out half HP, by the way. Look at the HP here. Like, they can't start the fight like this. They have to open with the speed. Yeah, they're gonna just sit pretty for a little bit, but this is going to be 84 to 84, dead even, 4-2 in kills in favor of which PR. But this 3 cap, this is going to be a problem, right? They haven't got the luxury of time now, have they? They can't play a nice control game. Kagera and the boys can now go full defensive as well, right? They can just play interruption. And I hate this. I hate Alexander on his own just putting damage into Kagera's rocks, right? If you're going to do something to those rocks, it needs to be both arcanes. You can't just tickle him with one. It's not enough to make him leave. It's just a waste of your DPS, pretty much. Shekri.
The thing is, though, leaving him completely unchecked is disastrous as well. Shekri being hard to over right now, Bodavale coming back to actually heal.
Respot is going to get out of there. There's the root. There's the pullback. Another protection
of nature. Nick's positioning.
And speed on top. Yeah, Nick is... Look at Nick's on top of him. Why are they allowing this? Nick is getting an absurd amount of freedom, and finally they start shooting at him. Aggressive cleric play as well, but he doesn't stick it.
20 took about to come in.
Alexander sees it. Alexander sees Kagera and knows that he's wasting his time.
He stopped. Yep, he turned around instead.
Forsaken is going to get caught big here. Cleric comes out, but he is stuck in those rocks. He should have Blink available. Yeah. Kagera, can he get on top of him again? He's happy. He's happy to die for Forsaken if he needs to. The bounces onto Pocket. He might have died to the chain missile bounces. They can't quite finish
Forsaken's a goner.
Oh, they bopped him.
Wait, they knocked him out of that chain missile?
He's got another. Oh my goodness, surely!
Oh, he finally drops.
And that is good. Oh no, that is going to be
13 minutes in, 24 death timer. Could be putting them down to 12 points here. Like 22 points.
Nah, they're gonna at least get him in. Look at Nick.
Wait, they've rat capped.
What a legend, Nick. Nick.
Nick is different. My man's rat capped, kept them in this.
He missed the timer. He missed the timer.
But was he able to interrupt again?
Just gonna take.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah.
He would have died for it. He can't play into Kagera there, because the problem is like.
Good try.
All right, yeah. If he dies, I'm sure they save 10 points there, but they probably lose another full rotation because of the respawn, right? And this tournament now is looking dire.
It's going to go down to 11 points for red team just 30 seconds from now. And this could be 2-0. Clean sweep, clean day at the office.
Look where Shekri is. Look where Shekri is. He knows what their win condition is right now. Shekri, like, the fight is in the West, right? And Shekri's in China right now. Like, he is chilling. He knows what's happening. Kagera, seed goes off. He's going to be okay. Should have his res pot available. But they're just going into the grinder here, aren't they?
Look at the requite, man. This puts out so much AoE. It's like 300, 200 a person. That adds up.
They're breaking for every cap. They know their only chance in this tournament is to run in every direction. Olga. But they've got eyes on everything, though. Zayo's going to go in. He's going to blink for the interrupt. I mean, one cap won't even be enough. You can't go to 1 point.
Nick pops res. Zayo might get taken down. Dockix going for it. They want him. Shekri blinking for the sack save. That pawn goes out with a great... Actually, it was a seed save with that pawn. They kill Dockix. They also kill a double, and it's GG, man. Top 1 anime battle, winning the whole thing.
Top 1 anime battle are your season 16 CLC champions in conclusive style. Game 2, definitely better than game 1.
Yeah, definitely. A lot better for Rich BR. They looked
way
a lot
more
better for the second one. Dude, and look at Boda Veil. My man did 81,000 damage. He outdamaged Zayo on the arcade. He outdamaged Bokkix by a ton. The guy's making it look too easy on that carrion. The dynamic duo again.
Second the tank is half, he's going to dip and cap, right? If he gets any sort of swing. They're going to pull you out of position constantly. You kill Kagera, great. Now Kagera's respawned and he's come behind you. And he's back capping. So you have to break off the 5v5 to interrupt the cap. And then he comes into your backline from behind, full HP with all his cooldowns. And now you've come away from your team. Like, everything they do is designed to disrupt teams that are good at 5v5, right? And sometimes what BR look the better team mechanically, same with chess, but it doesn't matter when they don't let you play the game that you want to play. And that is what teams have to do to beat them. They have to find a way to beat that play style. And it's different, in my opinion, to any other team we've seen.
Yes, because they've been playing since before seasons were a thing, right? Like, it's a lot of the old school style where you're playing very patient, you're playing very, very disciplined, because you don't get 20 ticks often. Back in the day, you're just getting 10s. You have to play for 20 minutes in a GVG. You have to play discipline. You have to play like that. And it's not even the fact that they can do that, though, right? Like Lewpac, the thing is, these guys play disciplined, insane 5v5, and then they break all the rules and still destroy you, right? They'll respawn, go behind you. They'll keep caps with 2 people alive, and they can do it. They have the practice to just stomp. It's a story every time we see them do it. But listen, we are going to get out of here. Just keep watching the winners ceremony in the background. We'll give a little bit of a casting for it as well. Maybe comment on some things, but we'll be heading out of here. Lewpac, Shozen, another great CLC. Any last words?
It's been a pleasure. Banger matches the whole way.
Absolutely.
Like, honestly, like,
yeah, very competitive.
I've got to say thanks to all the teams, because there was, you know, even our 2 not lethal teams, the first eliminations gave good accounts of themselves. Didn't roll over, very close, especially what was the first one? I can't remember what the team name. There's so many team names and so many seasons. Let me go back and find out the ones that I really liked
from this tournament.
Yesterday.
I mean, dude, we had USAD's team, right? They were really good coming in. We had the non-lethal superstars.
Non-lethal superstars looked good, right?
Double Arcane Experts, Durenton's team not even making it to the finals, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they lost a close one against non-lethal superstars, and then they lost a close one against Mythos. Like, they had a really unlucky time against 2 really strong teams, right? You know, Mythos went all the way to day 2. Double Arcane Experts got knocked out by the eventual runners up. So, you know, they had a rough time, but they looked pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, they did. And it was good for them to come in and get some practice in this. We'll see how this goes next season, when I believe we're going to have more non-lethal. We'll see how this goes. It's growing so much in the non-lethal scene. We're going to see so many more people rising up through the ranks. I'm going to be interested to see what happens next season. I think they have a better shot next season.
Yeah, we'll see what the non-lethal guys can do next time.
And next season will begin next Saturday. All of the Invasion Day action will be live here on Albion TV. I'll be here for the EU. Robin will be here for the NA. Shozen will be here for everything. And then the season will resume with daily shows, war reports, Q&As, new player shows, and of course, plenty of 5v5 action in the Crystal League. Season 17, mark it in your calendars next Saturday. Make sure you follow our channel as well, get notified when we come online. And thank you all for tuning in to this wonderful, wonderful Crystal League Championship. It's been a pleasure casting, of course, with Shozen and Tazzik. As always, we'll see you guys very soon for another show here on Albion TV. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Night, guys.